Our blue Terran player, he is Maru.
In the red, representing Kaizi Gaming, it's Solar.
On the map, he forces Solar to stay back and defend, even though he's playing one of the greediest possible setups that he could go for. These Zerglings going to try to catch the Hellions on the way out, but with 7 drones killed and the Liberator Pig, Maru is roasting and toasting some drones. That hatchery down to half of its hit points and continuing to drop. Doesn't want to risk it because he sent a huge amount of his army across the map for this backstab. We have SCVs getting blown to smithereens. It's kind of what I was talking about. The first opportunity that Solar is able to go for a counter, he gets a huge payoff because Maru has just constantly been sending everything straight across the field.
Yeah, well, that tank's so annoying. Maru trying to set up all over the place, but he does lose all the workers on his third base. He takes out the 4th of Solar. If he can get a few more workers on top of that, it'll be nice for Maru, but right now it's looking like Solar has a big economy edge.
The old standard 66 SCVs, but here we have the tanks getting blinding clouded right as they are able to siege up outside that base, and we know that spells demise for them. So many Zerglings, so many Banelings. The Marines were never able to get a foothold. And these guys are going to see in the bottom left, Solar's kind of sending some forces around. He knows that Maru's been stashing guys, and Maru not looking is going to lose all of the Marines that are over there. But Pig, the Larkus, they're coming.
Yeah, they already forced a siege up in the north. Not as many tanks here. A bit of a fierce thrust forward from Solar. That one siege tank in the natural is doing an insane amount of damage. Solar, maybe a little cavalier with that one. The Banelings do take out a lot of SCVs on the 4th, some of them, but not all of them. Oh, Ling's getting in as well. Legendary Bay is burning. It's a bit of a scrappy attack as Maru stabs in the rear.
Maru's not quite as poor as he was earlier, right? We've seen the game state change. He's done a good job of developing everything a little bit further forward. Vikings are going to come grab this Overseer and bringing out the nukes. Yes, the Spores can reposition. Yes, the Lurkers can reposition very easily, but you're creating space on the map when you use these zoning nukes that kind of say, hey, if you're not here, that means I can inch forward just a little bit more. I mean, that's the absolute best way to exploit this, right? Other than just trying to stretch the opponent thin on the defense. And I was saying that may not even be necessary. Gets all of the tanks by the center position base with the gold gas, kills the command center, and the Hydras are still moving forward over here. So yeah, there's that anchor planetary to hold it down, but Maru's counterattack is hitting a base that has already been, I mean, for the most part, mined out. There's some minerals left, but at this stage, you really just want to make sure you're pulling in that gas, and that base is close enough that, I mean, in a worst case situation, it's not going to be that hard for Solar to secure later on if he needs to. Maru, I feel like he's not getting quite enough done here with this setup, with this army composition that he has. The Ghosts are being chased back towards that 4th base as well.
Mass Zergling, you know, there's not many Marines anymore. It's mostly just Ghosts and Siege tanks. And the Zerglings actually do really well in this scenario. Those Ghosts pulling back.
Even with just a few Lings and Hydras and Banes, he's been crazy cost effective. Look, he's going to get all the Siege tanks here. Might even blow up this planetary or the SCVs on it. He's going to get everything. I feel like going into Broodlords might be one of the few ways that he could throw from the position that he was in. Not that Maru's completely out of it, but I feel, you know, Solar's kind of been in the driving seat as far as the main armies go. Maru's had to avoid that head-on confrontation because Solar has started to amass such a terrifying horde, you could call it.
The Viking count is massive. He's very reliant on it, and they are just damned fragile to these spellcasters. So really is at a point where, oh my god, no, just like that. Chain fungal landing. Parasitic bomb does go down as well. I cannot believe it. Oh my lord.
You've got to be...
the nuke.
You got to be so careful. Yeah. Bringing in, building missile turrets right on top of location. Peggy saying, this is mine. I want it. Nobody else can have it. The Infestors come forward. Solid EMP. It's a few of them. There is a nuke running, but I don't think he's got the vision to actually go for it yet. The Overseers come up a smidge. They are not able to kill it.
You gotta pull out of there. Okay, so I was like, dude, I thought he maybe thought he'd killed the Ghost that launched the nuke, and I was like, you need to pull back, dude. He does get out of there, but it could still turn very quickly at any moment.
A couple of engaging fungals there from Solar as he's able to get a Ghost or two, a Viking or two, and hits the Thor there. And the Thors can help deal a lot of damage to that air unit, but yeah, there's not really... I guess with the Infestors gone, the Vikings should be able to, with some kiting, deal with a lot of what is here. But I wonder if he can actually chase them, though, because there's so many Corruptors.
EMP.
And there's still the spores.
And with the EMPs, like, yeah, you called it, Nate. I mean, they took out the spellcasters, but the Corruptor's doing all right. It looks like taking that base out, though, is huge because now Solar pushes back all the static in this area.
This is where I find it just gets so hard because he tried to use so many Vikings, but as we're talking about, they're a little bit on the flimsier side, and then there were so many Corruptors with those Broodlords, he couldn't actually fight the Broodlords. He was busy trying to deal with the Corruptors the whole time because those can kill the Vikings too. So now there's the defensive nuke, the panic nuke, but I mean, it takes a pretty huge mistake from a Zerg player to fall for this and get hit by that.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness, he's trying to get that shot. It does land. He gets all the Broodlords. What?
Oh
my God.
Oh my God.
Mm.
No.
Ah.
Cannot.
What?
Oh my God, he was launching nukes in the corner at the same time. So Solar, you can see him there, the reaction in his chair. He cannot believe it. He thought it was a nuke going down on one of his expansions. He did not realize there was one in this army. Oh, great Fungals. He's still in this. He's still going to fight it out. He does not have much money left.
I can't.
No.
Oh my God.